Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. Now today's reading will be a general reading for all of the astrological signs for the month of April 2018. I'll be doing a 10-card Celtic cross spread for the reading, and we'll pull 3 oracle cards, right, to just give some added messages and guidance to go along with the spread, the tarot spread. For the main spread, I will be using the Crystal Visions Tarot deck. If I need to pull clarifiers, I'll use the pocket edition of the Klimt Tarot. And then the 3 oracle card decks, I have the Ask Your Guides deck by Sonia Choquette, the Sacred Traveler by Denise Lynn, and Whispers of Love by Angela Hartfield. Okay. Just a quick reminder, I will be putting out on the 31st of this month, we have our second full moon of the month, which is the blue moon, right? So I'll be putting out a special full moon spread for that, as well as the second tarot reading giveaway for the month of March. So be looking out for those 2 special videos. They'll be coming out within the next couple of days, okay? And again, just remember that these are general readings, so the messages may or may not resonate with you. If you would like to have a more personalized reading focusing on you, what's going on specifically in your life right now, you'd need to get a private reading from me. If you're interested, you could take a look at my site, changingphasestarot.weebly.com. There you'll find pricing as well as the types of videos that I offer. Or you could email me at changingphasestarot@gmail.com. I would also encourage you to watch not just your sun sign reading, but also your moon and your rising sign videos. Okay, that way you can, if one of the videos, maybe the messages won't resonate as well this month, the others might, or by using all 3 together, you'll have a more complete, overview of what will be coming up for you during the month. So I think that's it for now as far as messages go, right? So I will see each of the signs. I'll see you all in 1 second for your reading. Bye for now. Hi Pisces, hope you're doing well. I'm here to get into your April 2018 reading. As you can see, I've already shuffled off camera and have laid the cards, laid out the spread, just so that we can save a little bit of time. Before I get into your reading, I must apologize. I know I'm a bit late getting the general readings for the month of April out. The beginning of the month has just been very hectic, so I do apologize for that. Hopefully I will be back on track and we'll get the mid-monthlies out on time. One other quick thing, when I did the introduction, I told you that I'll be using 2 additional oracle card decks, and I've decided to just go with the Ask Your Guides deck and the Power of Love deck. So those are the 2 that I pulled for additional messages. Okay, so let me lower my camera just a little bit here. Okay, beginning with the center of your reading, we have the center of the spread, 9 of Pentacles. Okay, and it's crossed by 10 of Pentacles. Okay, and you have a lot of Pentacles in your spread. And, I can definitely see that there is something to do with finances going on this month, a preoccupation, possibly with your finances. And towards the end of the month, things kind of turning around, things starting to happen. So within, the first half of April, I would say that there's more of a slow sort of progression, possible stalls, delays, if you're waiting for news on something or if you're waiting to move forward with something. But then things sort of pick up towards the end of the month. But, and there is a progression here, with the 10 of Pentacles crossing the 9 of Pentacles. Both of these cards are earth energy, and the suit of Pentacles deals with the earthly, the tangible material things here in the material realm. So things such as our jobs, the work that we do, the money that we're paid for that work, our homes, families, can be also education, knowledge as well enters into this, this suit of Pentacles. But the nine of Pentacles, well, both of them are excellent cards. They're very good cards to have, and they sit right at the center of your reading. So, this main focus here on money, on finances, on prosperity, material, gain. Because the nine is a card that usually we think of it as the sort of the self-sufficient person card. I mean, if you go, I put it away here, but woman, she's looking very, very relaxed, very happy, very satisfied with the life that she has created for herself here. She has, financial wealth. She has really that life that she kind of always envisioned for herself. And she has, it's because of her hard work. It's because of, everything, all of the effort and hard work that she has put into getting there, that she's made it to this point. So she's very comfortable financially speaking. She has really, pretty much everything that she wants. She's one away from reaching the 10, which is, what you have as either the help or hindrance here. You have the 10 of Pentacles, which is next step. It's the ultimate. Tens in the row, they are sort of the ultimate in that suit, or the culmination of something, or an endings as well. And so it's a card that speaks of, financial security. It speaks of abundance. It's taken a long time to make it to this 10 of Pentacles. You don't get to the 10 of Pentacles overnight. This is lots of hard work, lots of time, effort put into reaching this. But it's really, it's the ultimate prosperity, financial security card. Sometimes the 10 of Pentacles, we think of it as having to do with like inheritances, because it's that money, accrued or built up over time. So sometimes the card appears where, or when there is some type of inheritance, coming in, sort of the handing down from one generation to the other. Possibly if somebody has, passed away, then, there's an inheritance, or this could be land. You see that there is a castle in the background here. So it could be land, could be a property, that comes in as well. But it's in general, it's a card of, of great prosperity, of great financial security, of great happiness. So this is wonderful to have sitting at the center of your reading. At the foundation of your reading, we have another Pentacles card. We have the Queen of Pentacles. And when we have court cards appear in the reading, we do have, you kind of see here, we do have a couple. We have the Knight of Swords appearing over here in the near future, and we have the Queen of Pentacles over or sitting in the foundation. So the Queen of Pentacles, when we have court cards, it can be people, or they can just be, the energy that we are taking on, or, they could be situations, events coming up during the time period. If this is a person, then typically this would be an older earth sign individual. So that will be Capricorn or Taurus or Virgo. But really, it's not gender specific. Obviously, she is a queen, but, in these general readings, could be male or female. But she's usually thought of as like Earth Mother. She's a very nurturing individual. She's very caring. She likes taking care of her children. She likes taking care of animals, the earth in general. She's very, very earthy energy. She's very stable. She's also self-sufficient. She's somebody who knows how to make money. She knows how to hold on to money. She knows what to do with money. She's good with her resources. She is resourceful. This could be a person, like this Queen of Pentacles coming in and helping you in some way, or playing a significant role during the month of April. Or this could be just you. And I do feel that it's more you here with this Queen of Pentacles, especially based on the other cards that you have coming up in your reading. Because sitting in the past position, we have the Five of Pentacles. So again, more earth energy, but the Five of Pentacles is a very different energy than, what we have with these three cards. We typically think of it as it's this lack mentality. The Five of Pentacles, it speaks of feeling left out in the cold, of not having enough, financially speaking, or, with material things, so not having enough. And you see the woman, even though this woman does have her child, they have each other, they have their relationship, the love that they share, financially speaking, they're, they're wanting, or they're lacking in something, or wanting for something. They're, literally out in the cold here. And I did pull clarifiers on this Five of Pentacles, even though it sits in the past position. So, we would typically think that this has already, you've been through this. Maybe there was a difficult, or you went through a difficult period where, you were having financial difficulties, financial troubles, but now you're sort of, here is this Queen of Pentacles, and, this is definitely an increase, or, material stability going on at the center of the reading. So I like seeing the Five of Pentacles in the past, because you have, you've progressed past this Five of Pentacles. I did pull clarifiers on it, and it's funny because the two cards that came out, or two of the three, are Pentacles cards as well. So we had the first clarifier is the Knight of Pentacles, and this is from the Gilded Tarot I use for the clarifiers. Followed by repeater card, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Star. This just, it sort of confirmed what I was feeling with this Five of Pentacles, and that, this is no longer, or this lack mentality, or this lacking, within the financial sector, or area of your life, is no longer sort of an issue. This is in the past. And we have with the Knight of Pentacles, this is the slow and steady wins the race. He sort of plods along, he has his goal in sight, and he doesn't stray from his path. He's very persistent, he's very determined. With this in the, sort of the present position, when again, the Queen of Pentacles, very, very self-reliant, very sure of herself, very resourceful, very good with her money, and look at that beautiful peacock we have with her. I mean, just beautiful, luscious, sort of, very financially secure on this card. And then we have the Star card. And in general, the Star card, it can be a card of healing, right? In some cases, the Star card is a card of healing. So in the sense of, healing from a some type of financial difficulty, that makes sense and shows that, you've moved past that. It's also a card of hope, of faith, of keeping the faith, of even when things might seem, quite difficult financially speaking, or, whatever you're going through, keeping the faith that, and this too shall pass, that, better things are coming in, keeping a positive outlook, focusing on your blessings as opposed to, focusing on what you don't have, what's lacking. So in the case of this card, focusing on, for example, the love of your family, your children, to get you through whatever that financial situation is. But in this particular deck, the Gilded Tarot, the Star card also has, obviously the same meaning, but it has sort of an added meaning that you see. Let me show you. The woman here, you see how she is pouring out, she's sort of pouring out the water here, and she's actually standing, she's naked in the water, and so it's all about, replenishment and faith. Again, faith, trusting in the fact that, the cycles, trusting in the cycles. And we see there's this, the circle in the background kind of makes me think of the Wheel of Fortune here, and it's trusting in the fact that, sometimes, yes, you will have a hard time, but better times will follow, So when you're going through the difficult time, focus on the blessings, focus on the light, focus on the star, know that things will change, and try to maintain a positive outlook. So again, makes sense coming on this, as clarifiers on this card. So for some of you, you might have been going through, a difficult financial time, but what we have crowning you here is this Hanged Man card, which is why at the beginning of the reading I said that there might be some type of delay, and this sort of heading into, as we head into like around the middle of the month, or, that's kind of where we're heading, but there might be some type of delay with, it could be a project that you're looking to start up. It could be, with so many Pentacles cards, a new job that you're looking to get into, receiving news about, this new job. And the Hangman is a card that, yes, it can signify or symbolize, a delay in a situation, or things sort of taking longer than planned. But it's also, it really has to do with needing to see things from a different perspective, right? Because you see that the Hangman, obviously he's upside down in the tree, right? His feet, yes, they're tied, but he could easily get out of this position if he wanted to, but he doesn't, because he understands that, he needs to be in this particular position. And you see that there's light surrounding his head, right? He's looking for this clarity. He's looking for, clarity on a situation, or to figure something out. And the only way that he can do that is by seeing things from a different perspective. So for some of you, you might need to see things from a different perspective with whatever's going on during the month. It also has to do with, and it can be as well, sort of taking time out. Sometimes, it's sort of it's a period of suspension, sometimes a period of indecision. It really is more about surrendering to that moment, right? Surrendering to this, and accepting this time you need to take to consider everything, to see things from a different perspective, getting rid of possibly old ways of thinking in order to continue growing, in order to, move forward on your path. And what comes in, after this sort of very, slow, the sort of stagnant energy here with the Hangman, we have very fast-paced energy, which is why I said, things do really pick up towards the end of the month. You have the Knight of Swords. Again, could be a person. If so, then this would typically be a middle-aged air sign individual, so Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. But again, could be male or female here. And the Suit of Swords deals with mental energy. It's our thoughts, it's cerebral energy, our intellect. And, out of all of the knights, the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Fire, they're really the fastest moving, the fastest paced knights. So he usually comes in, you can see that he's riding this horse. The horse has wings, and, it's very fast energy. He's sort of flying in with something. Usually knights, they're the ones, they can bring messages, right? Typically, pages are sort of the news bearers, the bearers of messages, but knights can. But more than anything, I mean, they act on things, So with this knight coming in, he's actually, you can see, has his sword drawn. There's the sword of, see, a sword of truth. So he has his sword ready. He's coming in very aggressively, coming in very forcefully. He's a very truthful individual, right? So this could be truth coming in quite quickly. If you had to take time out to think, to consider something possibly to do with your work, possibly to do with your finances, something comes in very quickly here, where it could be quick action. This could be you taking quick, decisive action on something, really, charging ahead here. And we have you as the Strength card. So the Strength card, it's a card of having, emotional strength, that emotional strength to handle a particular situation. Sometimes a Strength card, it's linked to, is associated with the sign of Leo, so there could be a Leo involved, but this is more about you having, the strength to deal with something, with whatever might be going on, in your life, having that inner strength, having the courage, having, the strength of the willpower, the strength of mind to handle whatever you need to handle, right, as you head towards sort of the mid to last 2 weeks of the month. And what you have surrounding you in your environment, or how others are viewing you, you have the Three of Wands, which again is a card of, and you have 2 threes actually, and they're kind of well, they're not similar cards, but sort of with the Three of Wands, let me go back to that instead of jumping ahead. The Three of Wands really has to do with waiting, waiting for your ships to come in. In this deck, it's different. We have the girl, she's sitting, again, she has the lion next to her. You can see that. So she has, like, you appear here, and then the girl on this card, she also has the lion, right, sitting next to her. And she's just staring out, right, looking, or really looking into this crystal ball. In the traditional tarot, there's a man, and he's standing at the cliff, and he's looking out to sea, and he's waiting for his ships to come in. So he's put a lot of time and effort into a certain project, and this could be a job, this could be a creative endeavor, whatever he's been working very long and hard at. He's now sort of standing there and saying, okay, well, when am I going to start seeing something in return? When am I going to start having some return on the investment of my time and energy that I've put into that project? It's an expansive energy, which is why I was sort of connecting it here with the Empress, because they're both threes, and threes is very expansive. Usually we think of it as it speaks of opportunities, it speaks of sort of endless opportunities. And the Empress herself, jumping ahead to your hopes and fears, what you're hoping for is this, this expansive energy. The Empress is all about, it's very fertile energy, and this could be, looking at it obviously in this deck, she's actually pregnant here. You can see she's pregnant. We have the lush garden with all the fruit. We have the wheat behind her. So it is a card of fertility. So for some of you, towards the end of the month, this could be, either a time of heightened fertility. So, do pay attention to that. If you are looking to become pregnant, then it might be a good time for you. If you're not looking for that, then, take necessary precautions. Obviously, that's not going to resonate for everybody. For others, this could have to do with giving birth to a new idea, and we did have the, seeing things from a new perspective over here. So this could be giving birth to a new project, a new idea, could be giving birth to a new, if this is a new job and you're waiting to hear back, possibly here, you might have applied for a new job. With so many Pentacles cards, I'm really focused on that financial security, financial stability. This could have been you. Maybe you applied for a job, and then there was this waiting period, and you needed to, sort of wait and have that inner strength to wait and here again, you're sort of waiting to hear, waiting for, a possible return or a possible answer to come back to you. And this card also can speak of, news from overseas, could have to do with a job overseas or moving close to the water. This could be dealing with, if this is a company that deals with, or has overseas connections, could be that as well. But, the 2 3s here really speak of expansion, expansive energy, giving birth to new things with the Empress card. And then it's followed, or what you have as the outbound energy of the month is the World card. So I was just saying about, how this could have to do with overseas. One of the interpretations of the World card is that, is some type of international travel, could be, a position around the world, across the world, dealing with people across the world. But also, obviously, the world is, is number 21 of the major arcana. So it really speaks of significant endings, right? This is an ending to a very long cycle in your life, a very long chapter in your life. And following an ending brings a new beginning, which is, we have this, we do have this possible giving birth to something new here. We have the 10 of Pentacles as well at the center, possibly signifying, that you've reached this certain point and then there is a new beginning coming in. What would follow the 10 of Pentacles, it would circle back to the Ace of Pentacles, which is a new offering. It is a new, something new to do with finances. Could be a new job offer. This could have to do with something overseas, and I definitely, with these 3 cards, this could very much be, if this is you working for your, for yourself, if you're self-employed, expanding your business, possibly to overseas markets. But very exciting, sort of, expansive, lots of opportunities, new things, rebirth with the, we have the butterfly symbolizing rebirth. We have them here on the Empress card as well. There's the birth with this very pregnant, very abundant, fertile energy here of the Empress. And then this openness of the World card here, with this lotus flower and opening up and transformation and endings and beginnings with the World card. This looks, and with so many, again, I keep going back to the Pentacles card, but you have so many Pentacles cards that, I keep going back to the something tied to a job or, financial stability or increasing your finances. And this could have to do with, expanding your horizons and new job offers. And what you have is the overall energy here, the Eight of Cups. It's a transition card, and that's the overall energy for the month. It's transitioning out of, you can see even though she still has, you see her dress is kind of trailing behind her there in the water, but all of the cups that are pictured, they're all, they've all spilled out. So whatever these cups had that at one time, were of interest or did bring this woman some type of fulfillment or enjoyment or happiness, they no longer do. So, she is transitioning out of whatever this, situation, relationships, because, Cups energy, usually we think of it as dealing with relationships, has to do with feelings, emotions, but it could also be sort of leaving, if this is looking at a job, leaving behind, maybe she's been at the job for quite a while, and yes, there's a sense of regret at turning her back on it and walking away and leaving sort of that unknown, leaving the colleagues at the job, setting off for, on a new adventure. But she also understands that, it's necessary. This is necessary for her. That job no longer brings her the happiness that she once, felt doing that job, and she's ready to move on. So this is a very good, it looks like a good month for you. So the two oracle cards we have, I don't think I showed them to you. I'm sorry if I didn't show them at the beginning, but we have Gifts, Joy Guides. That's the first card, which is from the Ask Your Guides deck. And the second oracle card is Transformation. You use the power of love to move through illusions and shift into awareness. And that's from the Power of Love deck. So for these oracle cards, I like to read the full meaning from the guidebook. So the Gifts card, this is card number 6. Let me find it here. And the key words that go along with the card are receiving, surprises, kindness, blessings. And it says, the universe is constantly showering you with gifts. The problem arises when so many of these divine offerings go unnoticed and are therefore unaccepted. Your joy guides are on hand, though, acting as messengers to help correct this problem. They ask you to start counting your blessings day after day, taking care not to miss any or take them for granted. Which is kind of makes me think of the Five of Pentacles here, right? About not focusing on the negative, focusing on the blessings, on what you actually have. Sorry. Your joy guides delight in showering you with gifts and encourage you to expand your heart's capacity to receive all that they have to offer. Start each morning by asking them to surprise you with something wonderful during the day. Then, just before going to bed, list all the wonderful things they've bestowed upon you. See how the list grows longer and longer each day. Their only request is that you acknowledge these offerings and thank the Divine Mother and Father for their endless generosity. The Joy Guides message: open your heart and expect good things to come. Okay. And then we have the Transformation card. Let me find that one. Transformation. Here we go. It says, this lifetime is a part of the progression of your soul. The conscious thought that you are aware of right at this moment is forever a part of the evolution of your divine self. Just as a caterpillar eventually becomes a butterfly, you too are slowly awakening to your true birthright as a spiritual being. As you go through this awakening, others will see your light and feel your love. This soul-to-soul connection raises your vibration, allowing transformation to occur at an even quicker pace. Like attracts like, so be sure that the energy you are sending out is positive. Negative energy coming back to you will slow your growth. As you advance into this new awareness of yourself, it is very normal to have a sense of confusion and dislocation in your career, with your family, and even within yourself. The material things in your life won't carry the same emotional attachment they used to. Your relationship to yourself and others and your understanding of your place in the universe will change. You will come to realize just how important you are in the grand scheme of things. There are a finite number of souls experiencing this earth dimension at this time, and you are one of them. Your contributions matter more than you'll ever know. So interesting messages that you have, and a very, finance, prosperity, new beginnings type focused reading for you this month. So I do hope that the messages have helped you in some way, Pisces. I thank you for joining me here today. I look forward to reading for you again. And just know that I'm sending you all much peace, love, and light for a wonderful month of April. Bye for now.